Morning. It's Friday, July 24th, 2020. It's 9 minutes after 3. And I am on my way to our morning training session. We have a 1 hour and 40-minute run training for this triathlon. Yesterday, most often, whenever I feel a certain kind of way, I like to go. And I like to visit my grandmother. She's passed away. Matter of fact, she's getting ready to celebrate a heavenly birthday. On tomorrow, July 25th is her birthday. And I couldn't help but think how thankful I was that I had somebody who was praying for me. My grandmother wasn't going to be a person who was going to hit you with a lot of words. And maybe even sometimes you'd be thinking, is she even aware of what's going on? And I mean that in a very good way. Not like she was senile or old or didn't understand, but older folks just don't communicate things. You know, they just they know what needs to be done and they just do it. It's not gonna be a whole lot of push and tug and back and forth and say, hey, it needs to be done. I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. And I forgot, I lost my train of thought just kind of thinking about that. Anyways, went and visited her, and I was extremely grateful. I was extremely grateful that I had somebody praying over me. And she never told me she prayed for me. I mean, she probably did. She probably said, I'm praying for you. But I know she did. Because I'm a believer. I don't have roots nearly as deep as her in my belief, in my faith. But I'm a believer. And I have roots. And I know what prayer does. And when I look back, I really, there's been a lot of circumstances I can really kind of look at and say, if it had not been for God, if it had not been for somebody praying for me, I really shouldn't be here. And that prayer was more so interceding on my behalf to say, listen, God, I think this guy right here, I think if you just give him a little bit of time, I believe that he'll be okay. God says, okay, I trust you. Because I know your heart. But there's legitimately been a few times, I should be here. And I believe that's why my faith is the way it is because I've seen miracles in my own life. I've seen miracles in my own life. There was a point in time, and when I talk like this, it makes me feel a certain kind of way. because it's miraculous. And I forgot what I was saying again. But there's been times when I tell you, had that person been shot 4 inches higher, it would have been murder. Had that gun went off, I would have for sure been dead because the gun was pointed point blank range at my head. I can get into some scenarios and some circumstances that I done survived, but it's too many to count. It's too many to go over. It's not important because I know people who did not. They didn't make it. They 4 rows down to the left of my grandmother. She died in her 80s. Thank God. I enjoyed her a long time. So I don't miss her for those reasons. But I miss her for the reasons of having somebody around with a praying heart. See, not a whole lot touches me. I'm not sympathetic over a whole lot of things because I done been through some things, and I know that there's nothing to cry about. You just get up and just do it. But to lose somebody who had a heart and a spirit to pray, they just don't make it like that. They just don't make them like that. Oh, man. So when you make time to really kind of take into consideration how you got here, why you're here, you gotta ask yourself the question. Why am I still alive to see another day? And when I look at the obstacles in life that I ventured down, all of them, to where I'm at now, and even the vision that I have in my mind of where things will be, I'm blown away. I'm blown away. I am absolutely stunned. Absolutely. Because not only should there have been multiple situations that should have took me out the game, but for a long time, I mean a long time, I mean, what you're seeing right now, this is a fairly new creature. For a long time, I wasn't living right. I mean, I've always believed in God. I always loved helping people. But I was about that money. I mean, a hustler at heart. Through and through. I mean, I'm in prison connecting with the biggest heroin dealer in certain parts of the valley. And I say no names to protect the innocent. The good thing is, though, is I think most people, and there's a lot, most people have similar stories. But you have to acknowledge the vision that's in your heart. And the fact that somebody, even if it wasn't somebody that was immediate, because it doesn't always have to be it didn't have to be my grandmother that was praying for me. I mean, it could have been my great-great-grandmother on the slave plantation that was praying for her ancestors for generations. It could have been anybody. I know it was her, though. I know it was her. That's what makes that love and that relationship so special, is I know. Without a doubt, she was saying, God, work with me, be all right. And I was going crazy, doing whatever I wanted. At the end of the day, bottom line, just remember something, that if he can do it for me, and I gotta be honest, my journey, my adventure, this is what makes life so sweet. That's what makes it so sweet right here. What I'm getting ready to say is it's just starting. It's just starting. When you start to trust in God, because you know whatever the problem that's going to come up or is there, when you know, I said no. So I don't know if this car is going to keep going. I remember one time I had paid about $1,500, true story, $1,500 to get the AC fixed, because it was this time of year and it was hot as all get out. And I want to say my wife may have been pregnant, and I was like, that's just not going to happen. It wasn't this vehicle, it was another vehicle. We don't even have it no more. And man, there's a lot of people broke down right now. And I keep losing my thought. I paid the $1,500 to get the AC fixed. I I got it fixed on 27th and Highland. I jumped on the freeway. I was going to go pick up my daughter, daycare. I made it to around 107th Avenue in the 10th freeway, and the car just went dead. Long story short, the engine froze up. Within 15 minutes of paying $1,500, the whole car was shot. And no, I did not get a refund on my AC unit. I say all that to say, I don't even have faith that this car is going to keep going. I mean, it do what it do, and it is what it is. But when you know unequivocally, beyond a shadow of a doubt, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that whatever problem you're facing will work itself out, and you get to that point in your life, in your faith, you start to live your best life. Because there ain't nothing like moving forward full steam ahead without the pressure of worry or fear. It don't mean that it ain't gonna, it's gonna always look all nice and, all sunshiny. What I'm saying is you know it'll work out. Whatever it is, you know it'll work out. You know that you can press the issue and it'll work out. So if you don't take nothing from this 17-minute long conversation, understand this. If you walking, if you standing upright, if you breathing, if you still here, if you done went through some things in your life, let me tell you something. You got a purpose. Just simply make some space between you and the rest of this planet, and let your purpose start ringing out and singing out to you. And then you'll be on your journey towards your purpose, living your best possible life. Period.